Class is in session. Hey, what's up guys and gals? Welcome back to another video. So today I want to give my thoughts on the new game that just released yesterday, Demon Slayer's Hinokami Chronicles. This game was actually created by the same makers of the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series. And throughout this video, I'm going to be doing a lot of comparisons to the Storm series and other anime arena fighter games that we all love and enjoy. So here are my thoughts about the game. Overall, I think it's a good game, but you should wait to play. You should wait to play it for sure, but you should definitely wait to buy it. Maybe when the price drops a little bit below 60. The game starts out with showing, I think it was like around episode 3 where Tanjiro meets the ghost children and he has to prove to Urodaki that he can join the Demon Slayer Corps so that Urodaki can give him the recommendation. He has to prove to him that he can slice open a rock or something like that. So he fights, dang it, what is his name? Saitobi or something like that? Satobi? One of the ghost children. But anyway, the game didn't give a lot of background information about that. So let's say like you're not a fan of the series and you just like jump straight into the game. You wouldn't know what's going on, who those two characters are, why they're significant. You wouldn't know why Tanjiro is the way he is. They didn't mention much, or I don't think anything at all about Tanjiro's background. And like the anime had like a 2-year time skip and they didn't show any of the development to that point. They just skip right to like some events that happened in episode 3. So to me, that was kind of a little like strange choice to do. So some aspects of this game is like the Storm series. For example, you have the quick time event buttons that you have to like react to. Like a button will flash across the screen and you have to click on it to make like a next scene occur. But unlike in Storm, like where if you miss a certain button at some point, then you can still see the cutscene, what's going to happen. There's no, I guess, negative outcome or negative consequence for missing out on one of the quick time buttons, like what you would have in Storm. And there are in-battle cutscenes that you can see once you finish a battle scene. You can swap out partners or partner like you can in Storm. But unlike Storm, instead of getting like Storm Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, like in that game where you can get up to 2 partners, you can only get 1 partner in this game, which is fine because there's only about 12 characters in the game in total. Short roster, but yeah, nonetheless. Some aspects that are not like Storm, which actually I wish Storm had, is that in story mode you can roam around, you get to walk around different areas, different towns and whatnot. It's not the greatest mechanic in the game, I'll tell you. Like for example, there is no jump button. The only way you can jump is if you see like a little traverse area that you can traverse. Your character Tanjiro or whoever you're playing as will jump or leap across like different things like buildings and ledges and tree branches and things like that, or yard fences, things of that sort. The way that Tanjiro, I'm sorry, I'm speaking as someone who's only played the first 2 or 3 chapters. I'm very early in the game because I ordered my game from Amazon and they delivered my game late yesterday. But anyway, going back to the gameplay. The movement of the character feels a little wonky. For example, there's no dash button. You have this area where you get to travel through, but you can't run. He moves kind of slow and his movement animation looks a little bit weird to me, at least. The animation itself looks good. Like the gameplay, the graphics, the art style looks really good, but just the movement of the character himself when he's walking is just a little weird. But that's not to take away from the gameplay itself. The gameplay is actually pretty solid. I thought it was going to be like the Storm series where you just attack with 1 button and then you use another attack to charge up your like special move or something like that. And then you get to just, go all out, just doing the same thing, spamming the same thing over and over again. But no, it's actually a lot more, what's the way I could put it? There's a bit more strategy to it. You got to manage your health bar, of course, but you got to manage a bar for your support character, like when you can swap them out or when you want them to jump in and help you out, break through a combo. there's only a limited number of combos you can complete. There's like a time bar, and once that goes out, you can't do any more combos. Your combos, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in that combo, will just stop. You have to, how can I put it? This is one thing that annoys me, is that the ultimate, it takes a while to kind of build up. It's not like Storm where you just hit the chakra button like 3 times and just unleash your ultimate move if you can pull it off. You gotta wait to your ultimate bar fills up, and by that point your opponent might have like a low health bar, so you'll be lucky if you can pull it off. But yeah, I've only been able to pull off the ultimate attacks like a few times. Also, like some other issues I have is like the game exploration is just kind of a little bit lackluster. Like you'll travel to like one off area location and maybe you'll pick up like some currency or some memory fragment item that doesn't really seem that important to me as of yet. And also, one thing that kind of drove me crazy is the first boss fight. The boss is not that hard himself, but like the way that Tanjiro moves, like how he dashes to get out the way, his movement is kind of short ranged, and Tanjiro moves kind of slow. The boss he launches, the first boss fight is like this hand demon. If you've seen the anime where he went through the demon slayer corpse training exercise thing, whatever, where he was fighting the demon that had like all these different hands, the green demon. Anyway, that demon will launch like 3 giant boulders at you, and the way that Tanjiro dodges, like you have 3 boulders coming at you at one time. Either direction you move, because of the way Tanjiro dodge, you cannot get out of the way of those boulders, so you're going to get hit. And after a while, the enemies start getting cheap and start throwing multiple of those boulders at you at one time. So it just feels like you're taking on a bunch of damage and there's not really much you can do. You can't jump out the way. You can't attack the boulders, or at least I couldn't attack it. You can't block it. There's just like nothing you can do. And I actually lost the first boss fight, and I replayed the boss fight and I wasn't able to get a higher rank or anything like that. So I was kind of surprised that I lost the first boss fight in the game. But what I will praise the game with is that when you do encounter like random demons, like when you're roaming around and a demon comes out of nowhere and attack you, thus far I have not seen a single demon that looks similar to a previous one. They all look pretty different. They all have pretty much the same moves and attacks, but they do look distinctively different. Some of them have different attack variations, but they, for the most part, they look different. And speaking of the characters, going back to the boss fights. The second boss fight, I believe, is you're fighting the demon that would capture like young girls and pull them on the ground and eat them. That fight was a lot better because that's when you first get introduced to Nezuko, or you get the first play as Nezuko, and she's an okay character. I think that Tanjiro is a much better character to play as, but Nezuko, she's okay. She's not that bad. I like her moveset. I wish I was able to pull off her ultimate, but again, they're kind of stingy with that ultimate. It takes a long time to build up that meter. I was only able to build up the boost mode where you can become a little faster and your attacks will get stronger. Anyway, the second boss fight was pretty solid. The characters feel unique in their own way. Like, for example, Tanjiro doesn't fight the same way as Nezuko. And those are the only 2 characters I played as so far, but I still think they feel unique enough where I can tell the difference between the 2. Here's my thoughts on the game as a whole. I think that Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, I do have Road to Boruto, but I don't have a physical copy. I have it on the Switch digitally, but anyway, same game. I think Storm is a better game. For example, the ultimates are easier to pull off. They're quicker to pull off. You just tap the chakra button 3 times and hit your opponent with the attack button, and you'll pull off an ultimate if your hit lands. With Demon Slayer, on the other hand, you have to build up your meter. That takes a while, and still you may not pull off the ultimate attack. It is what it is. Also, I feel like the health bar in the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series games are longer, so the fights last a little bit longer, but the health bar in Demon Slayer is kind of short and fights doesn't last as long. That could be good or bad. Sometimes you just want to get through it, but other times, like if you're playing online and the fight is that short, like maybe that might annoy you. Also, on the other hand, compared to like other anime arena fighter games such as like My Hero Academia 1's Justice 2, it's a much better game than that. So it's not as good as Storm 4, but it's better than My Hero Academia 2. I'm going to shorten that name because My hero was a floaty game. Like, your characters jump up in the air, they're going from the ground at one point to jumping on the wall, fighting on the wall, and that's cool for like maybe the first few times you're playing, but after a while you want your character to feel stable. But Demon Slayer, on the other hand, I do wish the game was a bit more dynamic. Like, you could do some air combos, or maybe you can do some air combos. I just haven't encountered any so far as I got in the game. But the combos do feel a lot more smooth and a lot better than the One's Justice games. And I like that fact that the combos time out, so like people can't just spam the same stuff online. They have to come up with like new tactics to take you out. I like that you can swap your character, unlike in One Justice 2. Whatever character you pick, you can pick up support characters, but you can't swap out to the support characters. So if they come out with a One's Justice 3, that is one thing I hope they fix in that game. Also, the story mode is better because you're not just watching cutscenes. You're not just watching like a comic book style of a story being told to you. You're not just you're not just having the story told to you. You're actually playing through it. You're going through like different areas, parts of a map, and you have objectives to achieve. So much better story mode in this game. Even in a certain way, the story mode is actually just a little bit better, like gameplay wise to Storm 4. With all of that said, I want to talk a little bit about streaming this game. So at first, I was mad at this company called Sony SME Japan because I streamed this game on Facebook and I streamed this game on YouTube. Both videos got copyright claimed and taken down. And I was wondering why. Like, I streamed a lot of games on YouTube. I streamed a lot of games on Facebook as well. I've never had any of my gameplay videos taken down. I don't even make money off my YouTube channel or any of my videos I post. So I'm just doing it out just a pure love and passion for gaming and wanting to connect with people in the community. And they took it down. So at first I didn't know why. I thought they were just picking on me, like a big conglomerate company attacking like a little guy. But then I found out, like, okay, they put out this tweet like 2 days before the game release that they don't want you to play any background music because the music is licensed, and they don't want you to play or show any gameplay from the Mugen Train movie arc, which I didn't watch the movie, so I'll be going into that brand new, so that's actually a good thing for me. And they also want you to put spoilers if you're going to stream anything, because I guess for whatever reason they don't want to take away the audience from the anime or the manga, which I can understand that. I can't be upset with that. Like, if that's what they have, if that's the stipulations they have, that is their game, even though I paid for it, but it's their game. So I'll just play along with their rules. But with that said, because of all of that, because of all the restrictions, I don't know if I want to keep making content about this game. I don't know if I want to keep streaming this game. I don't want to take the chance. I don't want to get the copyright strikes. I don't want to get my channel taken down just because of this game, because it's not that great. But nonetheless, my thoughts again, this game is okay. I would wait until the game is about $40 or $30, buy it used, or wait for a price drop. Don't pay the full $60 price like I did. I'm a fan of the series. I'm not a mega fan where I'm just going to be biased towards the game. Like, I could be objective and point out the flaws. But I am a fan of Demon Slayer. I did watch all of season 1. I heard bad things about season 2, even though it hasn't released yet. But I am going to watch season 2 whenever that drops. And so far I'm enjoying the game, but it's not like the best game ever. It's like what I expected as a person who plays a lot of anime arena fighter games. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, you guys. That's all I have to say for this one. If you like what you saw, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video all around the world with your family and friends, and stay tuned for the next video. And until then, I'm out. Class dismissed.